Yeah, I'm gonna need longer than that.
Cool.
I got 2 lighters and they both won't work. What are the fucking odds? I get the same fucking flash paper over here. That's no fucking rib, dude. If you've been hearing this the whole time. I can't get shit to light.
If we can turn back the clock of time, if we can rotate it back almost 20 years ago, what a real Donnybrook that's going to be. Nicely executed and down to the canvas. Here comes, all hell's going to break loose now. Anything moves here. Too much sun and not enough sky. What am I going in your eye?
Welcome to another edition of the Atomic Dropcast, your weekly knee to the ass bone for your ear holes. I'm Brian, and alongside my co-host Mikey.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. What we're doing here is we're taking a look back at the wrestling from our childhood from a new perspective as adults. We're recapping the action and we're giving you guys another look at the angles and the wrestling from yesteryear.
And this week, it's In Your House, Revenge of the Taker? Broadcasted live on pay-per-view April 20th, 1997. 420, bro.
And we're coming live from Rochester, New York. Memorial Auditorium. Attendance 6,477. And welcome to another edition of the Atomic Dropcast. What is happening, brother?
Still in this motherfucker.
Still here. We are 4 pay-per-views in now.
Oh, shit. And almost none of them felt like it.
Yeah, none of them feel like it. They all feel like fucking Raw.
This felt like Raw Light.
This is long Raw.
This is Raw. This is Raw presented commercial free.
Raw is running over. Brian, how you doing?
Not too bad, man. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm doing awesome. Here for another show. Excited to be back. Excited to be on the airwaves. Folks, check out the Twitter. It's blowing up. I think we're over 200 and some odd followers as of today. That's up from about 40 last week. So, hey, growth is growth. Let's see it.
We getting it.
Getting it. Check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/Atomic Dropcast. Check us out fucking everywhere. Check out the atomicdropcast.com. That's where you can find out how to subscribe to the show. You go there, you click on the subscribe button. It gives you all the ways you can check out the show for free, including on the website.
And most importantly, you can go right over to the right and click on shop. And all we got is some t-shirts. We got a gang of them, and they're all ridiculous. Get you a t-shirt.
Gang of shirts at the drop shop link. They are all fucking hilarious, and they're all at cost, folks. We are not making money on these shirts. We just want you to have fun with us.
And the newest one up, was it Freddie Joe Freddie Joe Jiu-Jitsu.
Freddie Joe Jiu-Jitsu. If you were paying attention last week, we were talking about Freddie Joe, and he made his debut
2 weeks ago, but still.
2 weeks ago. I always forget we're a couple weeks recorded, folks. Sorry about that.
It's a nice little retro shirt, as if Freddie Joe Floyd, a.k.a. Tracy Smothers, had ran a jiu-jitsu dojo?
A dojo. It's almost like a Karate Kid style shirt.
Yeah, like in the 60s or 70s.
That's right. Folks, we are at In Your House. This is the pay-per-view following WrestleMania. We are on the road to a new year and new feuds. First, we're going to cover, these dark matches.
Oh, yeah. I took note of those earlier, and I completely forgot. I didn't even put them in the lineup. I'm glad you brought those up.
Yeah, no worries. We got in the free-for-all, which was shown before the pay-per-view, I believe, on USA Network. We had Flash Funk versus the Sultan with Bob Backlund and the Iron Sheik. I can't tell you who won that match, but I can tell you they had one.
If I'm not mistaken, the Sultan won that match when Flash Funk went for a Hurricane Rana. You're too big for that move, and it was it was reversed by the Sultan into a powerbomb.
Boom. The Sultan wins, continuing his undefeated streak, except facing Rocky. Kicking off In Your House, we get the Mankind Undertaker hype video, I guess, just showing us what's been going on. It's kind of a biblical promo.
Everything in here is stolen from the Bible and just completely taken out of context.
Completely out of context.
There's a little bit of that Ezekiel 57:14 from Pulp Fiction in there.
Yep.
With the fire of hell, the demon has risen to strike down the Almighty and rejoice in their misdeed. But on this day, he will rise up with great vengeance and furious anger. All will know his name. And on this day, the wicked shall gaze upon the vengeful face of death and know that their fate will forever be sealed.
Ooh.
I couldn't place the voice, but I watch a lot of Westerns from way before my time up until even like some cheesy ones that come out these days. And I swear, man, that voice is so a narrator because he's not used again later. That narrator is very familiar. I tried to look it up and couldn't find anything, but I swear that was someone who was a known actor at the time and maybe Western like centric actor, but I don't know for sure.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I certainly felt the chills watching this video. I don't know about you.
It was
spooky.
Great. I really dug it.
No, I did too. I'm just joking around. For the time, it is a fantastic little montage. They show Mankind lighting up Undertaker on Raw with the flash paper. They show Undertaker and the words that he's been saying over the last few weeks on Raw without showing up. And then we find out for the first time this is In Your House, Revenge of the Taker.
Revenge of the Taker. That's the worst title, man. Even Taker's Revenge would be better.
There you go.
And honestly, doesn't Revenge of the Taker tell you who's going to win?
It certainly does. So gone is the Tron, gone is the ramp, gone is the big fireworks. We get the old house front entranceway where it looks like everyone's walking out of the garage when they come out.
And the old, if you look closely, the tunnel, it's on an angle, but the tunnel that comes out of the front of the house is the old Raw tunnel.
Oh, is it?
You remember like the octagon tunnel that lit up in stripes about every 5 feet or whatever?
Yeah.
You only ever see it once in the main event that I saw.
They break it out in the pay-per-views every once in a while.
Nostalgia on top of nostalgia.
That must be it. So we get the Legion of Doom coming out to the ring first, as they should, as the challengers. During the entrance, they show some kid with some busted ass shoulder pads and got like 4 spikes on them. Some terrible foam Intercontinental title that I actually had when I was a kid.
It's a far cry from the ones they make today, huh?
Yeah, now they make those replicas and damn near the real thing. So we get a cut back to 2 weeks ago, and they show the drive-by slopping that we mentioned a couple weeks ago. Then we get last week when the Hart Foundation cost Legion of Doom their match against the Godwins, and that leads us here to In Your House. On commentary, we have Vince McMahon, Jim Ross, and Jerry the King Lawler. The classic trio is back.
Hey, Ross, you ever stop to think and forget to start again? Needless to say, King is pretty much on fire for this entire card.
I'm glad he's back. This is a bon voyage to Honky Tonk Man the last few weeks. We've seen Jim Cornette last week. It's I'm glad to see King back.
100%. And to see King back and not crying.
Yeah. He's not broken up anymore. He's just happy to see everyone in the Hart Foundation.
Yep.
So we find out during the Hart Foundation's entrance. Well, first of all, why are Bulldog and Owen coming out to Bret Hart's theme song?
Yeah, you mentioned that off mic, and I didn't catch it at all. I completely missed that.
I heard Legion of Doom, and then I heard the loud screech of Bret Hart's, and then I heard bum, 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 bum. And I'm like, holy shit. Is Bret coming out? No.
Well, I will say this because a Raw or two ago is when we first heard Jim Ross not necessarily call them the Hart Foundation, but propose that they're kind of like the new Hart Foundation.
Right.
And on this card, King is just calling them the Hart Foundation. So maybe
it's straight up the thing now.
Yeah, and Bret's theme is just the theme for the Hart Foundation.
And that very well could be, but it just threw me off.
Yeah, it's one of those weird things in this time period where changes like that are very subtle and unspoken. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, not unmentioned completely.
Yes.
So, Brian, did you know that having a Slammy Award gets you unlimited use at any Slammy Award winner lounge at Dunkin' Donuts?
Dunkin' Donuts.
I lost it.
You know what's hilarious too? Because now that it doesn't make sense, of course, but now in my early 30s, I get that. I know what a Dunkin' Donuts is, but at 13, I'm willing to bet I had never heard of a fucking Dunkin' Donuts.
Right? And you're like, Dad, let's go to the Slammy Award winner lounge right now.
We had Krispy Kreme, and Krispy Kreme ran the South, and then I had been up in like Michigan, and all I ever saw up there was Tim Hortons.
Yep, that's basically Canada Light.
Yes.
So here in Ohio, we do have Dunkin' Donuts, and we always have. And these days, I am a very avid Dunkin' Donuts drinker, eater. I like to go there in the morning. So anyway, so much so that I use the app. So I popped for this.
Well, America runs on Dunkin'.
I've heard such things.
Where's them ad dollars, Dunkin'?
I'll tell you this. Here they are in 1997, still kicking 2018.
Killing it. Yeah, that wasn't even a paid sponsorship, and they just got a plug.
Owen runs on Dunkin'. So anyway, that's a pretty good bit by King. As far as the match goes, Owen and Bulldog defending their titles against the Legion of Doom. It's a pretty slow match. Even Owen and Bulldog in their prime can't carry Legion of Doom past theirs.
Yeah, Owen's got some okay stuff in here, being his normal character self, and of course Bulldog's got some good strength stuff here and there, but overall,
it's kind of a clashing of styles.
Yeah, it's the 80s meet now.
Exactly, that's exactly what it is. But we do get a fist drop in this match, so I popped for that one.
Hey.
Owen's one of the worst strikers I've ever seen, punch-wise. Can we put that? He doesn't miss his shots. He just doesn't look like he's trying to hurt anybody.
He's got a light touch.
He wants to give you like a pound on the head.
He's the king of heart style.
There it is. So Hawk refuses to sell in this match. Meanwhile, Animal oversells everything.
Time out. You mean, what, this match?
Yeah, period. I almost expected the old 80s, whoa, with every move, like a sunset flip or the Enziguri, like hop up and down for 5 minutes and really sell it.
Well, here's the thing, too. Animal with the gorilla press. Stop doing it. You can't get these guys up anymore. Like,
yeah.
You're struggling worse than Ultimate Warrior in 95.
First of all, get the guy up and slam him over. That's the point of the move. Number two, it really gives away that you're 5'10", 5'9".
Yes.
When you try to bench press a guy and they show it long view, when you see the ropes almost at your face. Well,
and you can't really get over that you're a beast of a man. You're so strong. If you struggle, like he grabs him by the chest, that arm goes up easy with their momentum, and then he shakes and struggles like he's maxing out in the gym for that other arm, the arm on the crotch, the heavy part of the body.
Yeah, man, it's a tough watch, but Owen and Bulldog make it fun. Owen does one of the funniest splashes I've ever seen.
The misflied headbutt.
Was that what it was? Where he spreads his arms and legs out real wide?
Yeah, it crashes down.
It's got to be a rib. He's got to be making the boys laugh because I was fucking crying.
The one thing I really hated about this match, like there's a little pet peeve thing that bothered me, is, and clearly with this in your house setup, it's an angled walkway. It's a little different than the majority of their setups for pay-per-views, and I'm sure that's something to do with either in your house or the arena. But
right.
Bulldog, there's one of two spots he can stand in to still be in his corner.
And he never stands there. And
when he stands with his back to the hard camera.
Bulldog moves away from his corner all the time. He tags from like halfway in between the two corners. It's unreal.
That's been going on since we started this thing.
I know. I just realized that it just almost looked like he had ADD on this one. Just couldn't sit still.
It's those long pants tights. He only breaks out on pay-per-views. They just start cutting off circulation.
That must be it. At the end of this match, LOD hits the Doomsday Device in the ring on Owen.
Well, hold up. Before that, there's some real bullshit though.
What's that?
The whole false finish.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, so LOD basically wins this match with, for some reason, a top rope power slam on Bulldog. They pin Bulldog. 1, 2, 3. Bell rings. They win. But then it's reversed.
I completely missed this. I must have been not paying attention.
As far as false finishes goes, it's as far as you can go to a false finish.
Yeah.
Because you're going to restart the match. But it's a shitty false finish because who the fuck is going to believe that the Legion of Doom are going to win the tag titles on pay-per-view without doing the Doomsday Device?
Yeah. With a power slam.
They have the belts in hands. They're celebrating with the belts in hands. Another ref comes out, protests the ref that's in the ring, and then
Howard Finkel.
Howard Finkel announces that the match must restart. And then Bulldog and Owen, they're already halfway down. They're right next to the little shack of a house that we're calling.
How did I miss all of this shit?
It's a long part of this stupid match.
Man, I don't know what the fuck I was doing, man.
They're like, you know what? Screw this. We're gone. And the best part is Owen goes, "Give me my belts."
My pelts.
It's like, yeah, there's 3 of them. Only one is yours, man. What are you talking about?
They're all his. All right, let's be real.
And so they're like, no, screw this. We're done. We're out. And they're leaving. And then Howard Finkel announces that if they don't return to the ring at the 10 count, that they will be counted out and also lose the titles.
Because Howard Finkel is now the commissioner.
Yeah. Like the crowd is counting and they're like 5 steps from the house. And it's to like 7 before they break out into a sprint. And they honestly don't make it really. like their hands are on the apron when the 10 should be, but the crowd's in it. The crowd's buying it enough. Even the crowd stopped counting.
Yeah.
They get back in the ring, and the whole premise was Bulldog was pinned, but he was not the legal man.
Oh, I did see that part. I'm sorry. I did see that illegal shit, where Owen got dumped outside of the ring because he bumped into Bulldog.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I didn't see the false. I must have stopped paying attention right after it happened because I didn't see the false finish part. And then I remember seeing them walking up the ramp and arguing. Okay. I just missed the middle part.
Well, I mean, how many times have they, in the middle of a match, just got out of the ring
and walk away?
Exactly, yeah, and then had to come back. So I mean, yeah, if you missed 30 seconds, a minute of it, it would have looked like any other spot they've done 100 times since we started watching.
Exactly. So no, my bad. But yeah, apparently there was a big false finish. I caught the beginning and the tail end, the why and the how. I just didn't catch anything in between. Also,
earlier on, we didn't cover it, but it's a through line that goes through this show. Pretty early in this match, I'd say first 5 minutes, we do our first and surprisingly only cutaway, and it's to Austin arriving at the arena, and he just kind of storms in, calls Pat Patterson a silly jackass, and then we get back to the match.
Yeah, and then eventually Legion of Doom hits the Doomsday Device in the ring on Owen. They get the pin, but before they can get the 3, Bret Hart interferes, breaks up the attempt, causing the disqualification. Legion of Doom are your winners, but Owen and Bulldog retain.
Which, man, why not just have them hit the fucking Doomsday and then have Bret interfere?
Yeah.
Why all the extra hubbub?
I don't know. Maybe it took them that long to get to the ring. Because the referee has to stall at the end.
Oh, I'll get more to it later, of course, but I like this Bret. He's very zen. South Africa was good for him.
It must have been.
He's very laid back in this episode.
It's good. Yeah, his promos later are pretty good.
They're amazing.
Yep. We'll get into it. So now, based on WrestleMania booking, we should expect Legion of Doom to start again from the bottom, just like the Headbangers had to when they lost by disqualification.
Next week's Raw is going to be them versus the Headbangers.
That's it. So we cut to the backstage area after this where Doc Hendricks,
Speaking of bad promos,
he's hanging out with Owen and Davey. And he tells them, wow, guys, you were very lucky to retain. Owen says there's no luck involved because we're the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be.
Ugh.
Yeah. Doc brings up Bret Hart and Austin, and Owen acts surprised when he hears Austin is in the building. He says, last I heard, he's not here. He's not here. You're lying to us.
Are you sure? There's a lot of bald guys walking around here. Line of the night.
Yeah, great line. So Doc assures them, yes, Austin is in the building. He saw him himself with his own eyes. Doc Hendricks says we're going to cut to Sonny and Brian Pillman. They are on the superstar line, and here we go. We cut to him, and Sonny fucks up the first line she says.
You had one job, Sonny.
One job this week.
Yeah, we
6 jobs last week.
Exactly.
Probably gave a blow. Never mind.
Oh!
Hey,
We get to that later.
The line we get from Sonny is something along the lines of, hey, everybody, we're here in the superstar line room.
What the fuck is a superstar learn?
Superstar learn is a line room, Brian.
where she learns how each superstar prefers their
They're everything.
their work.
See how stiff they are. How's that?
She redefines the term a working girl.
She has a high work rate. I hear.
Hey,
So
queen of strong style.
So Sonny and Brian Pillman just encourage you to call the superstar line where they can get the people to talk about how they really feel, because advertising should tell you that everyone's lying in their promos. But if you call and pay for it, then they'll tell you the truth.
We'll give you the real dirt.
Some shady shit.
Hey, spoiler alert. Don't call that number. We'll find out here in a few minutes. The only secret you're getting on the superstar line is that Ken Shamrock has never seen a computer before.
He likes to nod and laugh at it, though.
With his mouth agape.
What is this thing? Oh, anyway, we cut back to the ring, and it's time for the Intercontinental title match. Savio Vega and the Nation are on their way. We get PG-13 out there rapping, as always.
Yeah, and it's hardly intercontinental considering it's 2 island nations.
And they're both owned by America.
Yes. Both stolen by America at some point.
So, cut to Rocky backstage, and he's with Kevin Kelly.
Is this the first time we've seen Kevin Kelly?
No. But there is someone else we're going to see for the first time tonight, and I don't know who the fuck he is.
I don't think we ever see him again.
I don't think so either. So Kevin Kelly says, Rocky, we saw what happened last time you faced the Nation, but this time, with the Intercontinental title on the line, it's got to be uneasy for you. Rocky says he's accomplished more in the last 6 months than he can even believe, and if it's the end of the run, then so be it. But if Savio wants it, he's going to have to go through a fight.
It's up to Lady Luck.
Lady Luck, hopefully, is on his side. It's a very cut and dry babyface promo.
Yeah, he hasn't realized yet that the eyebrow raise is going to be so over. In this one, instead, he tends to lean more toward the eye roll and the LL Cool J lip lick.
Yeah, he does that at the end.
It's just trial and error.
And he's still, right in the beginning of the promo, he's not looking at Kevin Kelly. He's looking up and past the camera. So he's already doing the Rock gimmick, how he starts every promo. So when they get the match in the ring, finally, Savio attacks before the bell, but Rocky's ready for him. And the crowd immediately goes silent.
This is where this crowd dies.
Yes.
I don't feel like they ever fully recover.
No, it gets better, but it doesn't.
It gets better, but it doesn't get like what it probably should be.
Right, for 6,400 people.
Yeah.
So Farouk comes down about 3 minutes into the match by himself in a sling, and then joins commentary.
Dressed like as if Malcolm X was also a genie.
I was going with Malcolm X as a playboy.
I can see that with the leather pants. It's Malcolm X before he was Malcolm X, back when he was still red. Like if he kept some of that swag, like
back when he was Malcolm V.
Does V come before X?
I don't know. Dumb joke.
WXYV?
No, YZ.
YZ. Oh yeah.
Now you don't know your ABCs.
Hey, well, I mean, I'm just getting ready for Ahmed Johnson.
Oh, okay. We're gonna speak Ebonics now.
Exactly.
So Farouk joins commentary. Audio difficulties emerge, and Farouk blames production, basically saying that they're racist. Vince asks Farouk to clarify his challenge from last week, and he says, "It's like this, man. Where I come from, you put up or shut up. Complain about me sending my dogs, interfering in matches. Well, I'll abolish the nation if you can beat Savio, Crush, and then me." And Vince says, "Who can do that?" He says, "Oh, an idiot's going to accept that challenge. It's going to take a moron to accept that challenge."
Well, actually, he keeps saying relinquish. And then he says relinquish the nation like 4 times. And finally, Vince corrects him. Abolish? Yeah, that.
Yeah, Vince is guiding him through a lot of this.
He claims that it's racism making his mic not work. But he goes on to say, if I don't like your color, I don't like your color.
Yeah. Basically, he's racist as shit.
But he's got white guys and Puerto Ricans in his nation.
He doesn't like really dark guys.
I wondered in this because as it goes on, he starts to really change his narrative, I guess. Like it goes from one to destroy Ahmed to eventually he actually says he's going to make him bring his black butt home.
Yes.
Like, what, do you want him in the nation? Like, what do you?
No, that's exactly what he's inferring. Is he said the only way that I'm going to relinquish this is if he brings his black ass home.
Yeah, and I never got that vibe before now.
No, not at all. Not at all. I think they're trying to make it known that it could be a thing. They're trying to plant seeds, I guess.
It's crazy too, though, because I mean, WWF has always kind of, wrote a line, but he actually, it's one thing to threaten someone physically, but
oh yeah.
He says that they're married.
Yep.
And then says that he's coming for his life. I mean, so it's not even I'm gonna whoop you up bad or nothing. It's I'm gonna murder you.
Yeah, sometimes it takes that.
Well, 50% of marriages end in murder.
I don't think that's the gimmick.
Close enough.
So Farouk on commentary, it's better than a cut in at first, and then it's treated as a cut in because they keep cutting fucking back to him.
They don't give a fuck about this match.
No.
The Intercontinental title, the Workers title, is nothing more than an excuse to talk about Ahmed and Farouk. The blow off match that everyone wants to blow off.
Amen to that. It's very racially charged. It's when he gives you the answer, Farouk, you may not understand him. He's hooked on Ebonics.
Well, I speak Ebonics too.
Yeah. Well, I got him. I speak Ebonics too.
It's like, oh no, we know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And honestly, I mean, given this is 97, I don't think that's even Ebonics. Farouk just can't fucking talk.
Farouk's, but I didn't use that bad on commentary.
He's stumbly is all. It's not terrible, but yeah, it's not great. I mean,
somebody doesn't have to hold the microphone, but
yeah, he's got a headset on and he's holding the little mic piece in front of his mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel though, after watching all this, I completely understand why. Fast forward 14 to 15 years in the future, and Ron Simmons will be relegated to essentially saying one word and one word only.
Damn.
Exactly.
Overall, not a bad match. It's a little longer than it should be.
Way longer.
But it's a pay-per-view, so I guess they're just trying to kill time. Savio throws Rocky out of the ring and into Crush. Crush naturally blames Rocky and hits him with a heart punch on the outside of the ring. Rocky Maivia is counted out, and so Savio wins the match, does not win the title, and is pissed at Crush.
Right before that happens, Crush is turned around facing the hard camera and talking shit to the crowd, like
the fans,
as if they had said something to him. That way he's blinded to how Rocky came out to hit him. And it's little moments like that that make me wonder how more people didn't know it was all a work before now, because in my mind, I like to imagine those people on that front row section just sitting there nice and quiet and just watching. And then all of a sudden, Crush turns around and starts telling you to shut up, and you said nothing.
Hey, you sit down, you shut up.
And then, of course, he does the heart punch, and I've gone on record and will forever for the rest of my life. I don't care if Stan Hansen did it or whoever the fuck did it. Stan Stasiak, whatever. It's stupid.
So we find out that there's a rift in the nation. Crush fights with Savio. Farouk eventually gets in the ring, orders them to stop and get Rocky back in. PG-13 go out, throw him back in, and they stomp him mercilessly. Everybody does. We haven't even yet to mention D'Lo Brown was not only at ringside, but he's stomping away here.
He actually had a pretty good distraction in there, too, at one point.
He did. And he's got a hell of a stomp.
Stellar stomp.
So then, to make the save, so Rocky isn't just left alone lying there, is Santa Ahmed Claus Johnson.
I wrote down, much like Farouk, Ahmed Johnson looks like a genie if a genie was a genie.
Ahmed comes down in a giant red pair of pajamas.
Yeah, like you know what it looks like. They'd be really popular like 2-3 years from now. It looks like a proto velour suit, like a workout version of a velour suit. Because it does look kind of crushed and soft, like crushed velvet, like soft, like a Santa suit.
Yeah, no, it certainly does. Although we don't have to worry about Wedgie Watch this week. That's the good news.
Thank God.
Ahmed gets the mic, and he first says, "We got an illegal immigrant, we got a convict, and your black ass." Ahmed said, "Oh, you said it would take someone crazy to accept? Well, I'm crazy. I do accept." No. Farouk said it would take a moron, an idiot to accept Farouk. Fucking Ahmed. So clearly, you're not just crazy.
I mean, at this point, as long as he's been carrying around various sizes of lumbers,
He's very popular at Lowe's.
yeah, I'm less interested in Farouk versus Ahmed as much as I would like to see Hacksaw Jim Duggan versus Ahmed.
Oh,
USA, you're going down. USA, you're going down.
I think that's what Kim Jong-un is trying to get started.
Hey, Politic Watch.
2018. fuck that noise. So we move on to Ken Shamrock is on America Online.
What is he though?
No, he's probably looking at a black screen as he's clicking away at one button and then looking over at the guy next to him and pointing at the screen. Hey, did you see this?
He actually looks all right at first until he starts to interact with the other guy, and then it looks like a super cell.
Super awkward.
It really makes it feel like Ken Shamrock has never seen a computer in his life.
Yeah. So we see Doc Hendricks again. He's back with Sable and Mark Marrow this time. Sable says this is going to be their year. Mark says his knee's doing just fine. It's going to be wild when they come back.
Oh, it's going to be a wild year.
A wild year.
No one's told him yet. He's going to have to cut his hair and change that gimmick.
Yeah. Austin walks by and goes into the men's room.
Saying what everyone's thinking. Nobody cares.
That's right. There's a ton of commotion, and apparently Doc is afraid to go in the men's room. Now, I'm not one to assume anybody's gender.
Hey, yeah. I mean,
so I'll leave it alone.
We're very PC over here on TAD. That's the Atomic Dropcast for you layman's.
So Owen and Davey Boy eventually come out after a bit, and they have bent golf clubs. Is that what those were?
I think it's a bent crutch. that Bulldog's
crutch.
holding. Maybe
Okay.
like a half of a crutch.
Yeah, I don't know. They got some bent pieces of metal. Clearly, they attacked Austin. Dave Hebner's quickly out of there and tells Doc that Owen and Davey attacked Austin, but he's got to go because he has to get help.
Did you see Dave go in the bathroom?
No.
I didn't either.
No, he was already in there. He was taking a crap.
he's just in there, just like chilling with Owen and Bulldog. Like, there's some stuff later I chose not to write down that I should have. But this is it's a very homoerotic episode. there's a lot of like little comments and things later that I think they're kind of ribbing each other with. But I was like, you know what? In this day and age, there's no reason to point that out because if I'm wrong, then I look like the asshole.
Yeah.
But yeah, now I wasn't sure if I saw him go in that bathroom or not. So now I'm like,
Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe he was the perpetrator.
That'd be a twist.
Maybe he attacked Owen, Davey, and Austin.
I bet he drove the car too to ran Austin over 20 years later.
That's right.
Or not 20, 10, whatever. I don't know years, people.
Mystery solved. Up next, we get Jesse James and Rockabilly.
Speaking of another mystery solved,
Honky has finally found his man.
Oh, god damn it.
We get Jesse James first, and he's singing his entrance theme. Previously, JJ's, Jeff Jarrett's theme. And he's doing the mic gimmick forever, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty garbage. My only note for that is this fucking song, ...
Spending my days working hard on the go.
Which, peek behind the curtain at the time we're recording this, we were just past WrestleMania 34.
Yep.
And so Hall of Fame wasn't but almost a week ago. And they sung it there. And this was only with Jesse James knowing the words, this was only a little bit worse than that.
This was worse than that?
Only a little bit. It was better when you didn't have to hear as much.
So anyway, here comes Honky Tonk Man. He comes down alone first and then introduces Rockabilly. Rockabilly's got the same fucking gear on.
Nothing has changed. His boots look a little shinier.
He's got a new dance. But that's it. How is this a repackaging?
Was that not Honky's dance?
Kind of, but it's like cornier.
That little like I'm a little teapot. Like I'm a little teapot controlled by a DJ.
Era. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, this whole repackaging was an era.
It was an era. So Rockabilly comes out, a new dance, same gear. I don't have a lot to talk about in this match because it fucking blew.
Garbage. The high spot of this is early on. Jesse James gives Billy a very high hip toss, and you audibly hear from a pretty, not super far, but a pretty distant camera. You hear Billy, "Oh Jesus!"
I hear that too.
I have that note. My very next note, hi Paul, is shit match.
Yep, mine is this match sucks. I'm glad they became a tag team because this isn't that good.
Yeah, everything I have beyond that is commentary, and there's one particular sign in the crowd.
What's the sign?
It's the most 90s sign ever. It's very shittily drawn and put together. It says Brian Pillman is da bomb, and then there's a picture of an 8-ball on it. It's a black 8-ball. Like I've never known that to be affiliated with Pillman, but okay.
Or a bomb.
Yeah. All right. You know what? Maybe it was just like maybe it's just the resolution. Maybe I couldn't see there was like a little fuse coming out of that 8-ball. I don't know.
That could have been it. Yeah.
I just honestly, It's 2018, folks. I just love anytime I see Da Bomb. I can't wait to see signs that say fat. PHAT.
PHAT, yeah. So the end of this shitty match comes with Jesse James wins with a small package. That's right, folks. All the excitement we can muster. Post-match, Honky Tonk Man climbs in the ring. He tries to slam Jesse James with the guitar, but James moves at the last second.
Yeah.
And then jumps out of the ring. The end.
The crowd can give two fucks about this, much like us.
We are the crowd in this instance.
Pretty much. King has a good little response line. After who cares? Someone got hit in the face. Vince like he might be seeing stars, and King says, "Yeah, if he's looking at me." Then they talk about the superstar line again. They're selling that hard body. Man, I always forget like how much big business those 900 numbers were, not just for wrestling, like in general.
Yeah, I've never called one. Wasn't into it. No.
I mean, as like a younger kid, like late night when they'd play like those porno ones, like I'd call it and listen to like the pre-recorded message and be like, oh, crazy. That's how. Oh, okay, cool. And hang up. Had no credit card or nothing to like do anything. But anyhow,
oh yeah, we used to do it on payphones.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, payphones.
Yeah, remember payphones, Brian?
Man, I had a beeper. I remember payphones.
I had a pager too. Yeah.
I also remember one. Matter of fact, we'll see that in this podcast.
1-800-CALLATT
because they are a big sponsor for WWE.
Yes, they are.
All those calling cards and all that shit. Now, yeah, so they bring up the 900 superstar line and the fact that it's Pillman and King or Pillman and Sonny talking to who the fuck ever back there. And King's like, how did Pillman get that job? I'm stuck out here with you two guys. JR responds, ain't no anchor tied to your fanny. The only other thing I had for that match is just to note that this is a pay-per-view. I know that might be lost on some people these days, but you had to pay to view it. And so far, 2 DQs and 1 roll-up for those counting at home.
Yeah. Pay-per-views are generally where you get the clean finish.
Yeah. And granted, in your house is like the discount pay-per-view, sure. But come on. Let's split the difference somewhere in here.
Right. So we cut from that match to Doc Hendricks backstage again. And this time he's advertising the Undertaker door banner for only $29.95 plus shipping and handling. And don't worry, for our friends in Canada, you can buy this too.
My big question here, and this is the unsolved mystery, where is Katie?
Katie.
The little girl that was pitching with him last time.
Where's Katie, the identical twin of Doc Hendricks?
And whoever the fuck that little boy was.
His little friends.
Who can't hit a spot.
Then we cut to Kevin Kelly next. He's with Stone Cold Steve Austin and Gorilla Monsoon.
Hold on, but for real though, is this the first time we've seen Kevin Kelly?
It's definitely the first time tonight.
Okay.
Be more memorable, bro. Austin says he's going to the ring regardless, and no one's going to stop him. He told Bret he would have to kill him in order to stop him. Austin's fired up here. It's a pretty good act.
Oh yeah, it's great. Even once Kelly pulls the mic up and goes to talk to Monsoon, Austin is still chiming in like someone who's fucking pissed off. It's good stuff. Because I mean, anyone who's ever been irate like that, you can't
shut up.
Yeah, there's no logic. You're
getting everything off your chest right fucking now.
Yeah, if someone's in earshot, even if they're not talking to you, you're still saying some shit.
Yeah. So Kevin Kelly asked Gorilla, how can you let him fight tonight? Or basically something along those lines. Gorilla Monsoon says he has switched matches so that Austin will have time to recuperate. Undertaker and Mankind will go up next, followed by Austin and Bret Hart. Then we cut to Lance Wright.
Now, is this the first time we've seen... Wait, hold on. Who the fuck is this guy?
I have never seen Lance Wright.
I don't think we ever see him ever again. Who is he?
I've never seen this guy before. I have never seen him since.
I mean, given that slight lisp he has, I think he might be Howard Finkel's son.
Howard Finkel, you are my son, Lance.
Lance, I am your father.
Lance, I am your father. Coming down the aisle, the fruit of my loin. My son. Coming down the aisle to be wed to my son, Lance Wright. Sorry, folks.
Oh, man.
We're cut to Lance Wright. He's with the Hart Foundation, and he informs them that no matter what, Austin is wrestling tonight. Owen and Bulldog, what are you trying to perpetrate in that men's room?
Hey, see what I'm saying? It's gonna get worse, but see what I'm saying? Like the homosexual overtures.
There's some nods, yeah. Bulldog says, we were just talking about beating the Legion of Doom when Austin attacked Owen.
Beating? Huh?
I don't know what came over him.
Huh?
Owen says Gorilla can buy him time, but his time's running out regardless. And Bret says, you know what the bottom line is? Who's crying now?
Fucking gold.
Brilliant. Oh,
Bret,
I popped so hard.
Bret comes across so great. And the long pause he takes after he says, you know what his problem is? I'm like, oh God, here we go. For the 90s and late 90s at that, for Bret to grasp back to the cool that he was. That's why he's got to be. He's got to be aloof. Like he's got to be distant and strong, silent type almost.
I completely agree. And he fucking nails it in this one.
100%. My favorite part of this, though, is when asked why they perpetrated that against Stone Cold in the bathroom, Owen responds with a bunch of reasons, but one of which he mentions Austin talking shit about his dad. It's like, hold up. He did that after you beat his ass. What are you talking about?
Yeah. I don't like him talking about my dad. He just did that.
See, that just happened.
Clearly they were listening, but they don't want you to know.
Yeah. But I love that that's one of his reasons for what they did in the bathroom. Even though they're not actually copying to it, but they kind of are. But that's one of the reasons they did it.
I knew he was going to talk about my dad. I just knew it.
I told him don't talk about my brother.
I told Sean not to talk about my brother, and he did. So now I knew he was going to talk about whatever.
Owen's next gimmick is he's got ESP.
That's it. So we get Mankind versus Undertaker hype video next, featuring everyone in the fucking Federation for some reason.
Doesn't it feel like the two videos, I mean the opening promo video and this one were like switched up?
Yes, completely agree. It should have been just about Undertaker and Mankind here. Instead, it was about WWF first and then Mankind and Undertaker. And they tried to cover it. I mean, not cover it. I guess it was the way that it was designed, but it just doesn't work.
But this video would have been perfect at the top of the show for one main reason.
Because you're highlighting everybody that's going to be on the show.
Well, not just that. I agree 100% because of that, but mainly because there's a line from the narrator in this. And he nails this pay-per-view and everything we've seen pretty much so far in this podcast. There's a line in there. He says, here, rules have no meaning. You're goddamn right they don't.
We've seen stairs. We've seen chairs.
It only gets worse from here. He also says, I believe it's the last line of the promo from the narrator. The rivalry with no rules found a way to break them. Who the is Sid? Like, we joked, but is Sid really in the office now? Like, who the fuck wrote that?
Sid's doing voiceovers now too.
Fucking Sid.
Pretty good video, especially for 1997.
Yeah, strange editing for the WWF, but very, very much a look into the near future.
Yep, absolutely. So we're cutting to the World Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight title match. The Undertaker is set to defend against Mankind, who's with Paul Bearer. Coming out to the ring, Mankind has a fire extinguisher, which he carries like a baby. Because Undertaker's burnt ass face.
Nothing better for a burn than some fire extinguisher chemicals.
That's right, especially 2 weeks, 3 weeks later.
Yes.
Undertaker's wearing a giant bandage on his face, and when he's coming out and the lights were low, I'm like, he's wearing that Phantom of the Opera shit again.
I thought so too, because it was only 2 to 3 weeks ago. There was someone in the crowd wearing that stupid fucking mask.
Yep. So I thought that was it. When the lights come up and you see it's just this giant ugly ass bandage. I don't know. What do you think of this match overall, Ryan? Let's cover that first before we get into it.
Well, real quick, before we go there, speaking of the bandage, unless the orientation of this arena has us completely turned around, but I don't think so. I'm almost certain Taker was burnt on the other side of his face.
Holy shit. Like he would have been burnt on the right side of his face.
But right side for us, right?
For us, yes.
Yes.
But he wore the bandage on the left side. You're fucking right. Holy shit, Brian.
It's right for us, left for him. Whatever. Reverse that shit. Yeah, I think the bandage is on the wrong side of the face.
I think you're right. I think you just did an unsolved mystery. I think we just solved the mystery. For the first time in history, we solved the fucking mystery. Oh, that's awesome. No, good catch, because you're exactly right. I remember him burning the right side of his face.
Yeah, like I said, unless the orientation of this arena has really turned us around, but I don't think so. Camera right is still camera right.
Yep. So overall, what did you think of this match?
Man, I think I expected too much. I don't think it was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But I think some of the bigger bumps in this were almost a waste, because although this is when the crowd finally wakes up,
yep,
they're still just not there like they should have been.
They should have been primed and ready, and instead they are waking up during.
Yeah, and one not to mention, this is the fucking main event. It's the world title match, and it's not the main event.
Right.
There's a lot of good spots in here, but the finish really fucking killed it for me.
Killed it in a good way or a bad way?
Bad. Like I'll put it this way. I didn't realize until the match was over. Like I forgot until the match was over. This was a world title match.
How about this? Yeah, I thought it was a terrific match. I loved it until they got to the post match.
The flash paper.
Yeah, and it ruined the entire thing.
Yes. I was into it. I was watching, and I was leery about where it was going. There's like some slight timing things here and there, but my biggest beef with it, and I realized it during the post match, is that there was no real build up for this. Like, yeah, there's a little things here and there because the Paul Bearer deal, but Mankind and Vader have been busy with other stuff for the most part. I feel like there was no true build for this match. And instead, and you can see it from the promo, instead, they just leaned on these two's history.
You're 100% right. That's what they tried to convey in this video package prior to this match. But in all actuality, they didn't even rely on the history. They just relied on, let's burn his face real quick and make a quick feud.
Yeah, and that was, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, they don't bring up the history until it happens.
Exactly. So I mean, it's like, I don't know. It didn't feel. Some other like reviews I scanned really harp on Bret and Stone Cold not having any build up. Well, I'd argue the complete reverse. That had all the build up in the world. Not directly because
but it's their third match. Well, this is the third Mankind Undertaker too.
But the Austin's only had one other match in between.
Right.
This and that. These cats, Undertaker and Mankind, aside from I think a tag match, they haven't been in anything.
Mm-hmm.
I liked what they did. I mean, like I said, though, you definitely have to factor in what the promo said, that here rules mean nothing.
Which is so true.
Because, Jesus Christ.
Especially here on the Atomic Drop cast.
Hey.
Yeah, I thought it was a fun match. I love the outside action. Undertaker goozles Mankind early on the outside and thrusts him into the barricade, and it's a fucking nasty bump.
Yeah, he dumps over that thing pretty tough. And in the early goings, Undertaker's doing a pretty good job of, popping back in the ring to break the count.
Yep. And then they go and abandon all that.
Yeah, it's not long after that he just gives up on that completely.
So Undertaker does the rope walk here, but Mankind moves away. And for a split second, Undertaker balances on his own and jumps and clotheslines Mankind, but the ropes nearly give out.
Yeah, he damn near
broke the ring.
Yeah, I hate that fucking move, and it looks even worse when you shit it up.
Oh, I thought this looked better than that.
I hate it. I hate it. Here's the thing I realized too. I remember very specifically, Hakushi used to do it, and I was like, I remember popping for it when he did it, as a kid. And I'm like, I wonder why. And I thought about it more and more. I was like, well, Hakushi was barefoot and moved. He did it quick.
He did.
He would twist the arm and then he would like scamper up the turnbuckles, and it's like boom, 1, 2, 3, and off. Undertaker does it. I'm watching it right now. He does it so slowly. Oh, it's painful. He just did it at WrestleMania, and it looked garbage then too. Speaking
of WrestleMania, this match is much better than both these guys' WrestleMania matches.
Oh yes.
When you factor in Sid and fucking Vader and Owen and Bulldog, who are good, but the match wasn't that great.
Nothing like a good nerve hold.
Oh, I love nerve holds. I know you do too.
On a pay-per-view, I mean.
Nothing like slowing a match down with a nerve hold.
100%.
There's quite a few rest holds in this one, let's be honest. But I don't know. I like it.
For every bad spot it had 2 good spots. I'll give it that.
Right. Paul Bearer climbs the steps. Undertaker grabs a hold of him before Mankind grabs the urn and hits Undertaker just as he turns around behind the ref's back, but only gets a 2 count. There's a nice little bump there. Looks pretty believable.
And the ref does the ref nearly dislocates his cornea to try not to see that,
because he turns so fast. Yeah.
Well, he kind of turns. He stops as the urn's out of Mankind's hands, but it's still like kind of bouncing on the apron.
Mankind does ends up doing the diving elbow from the second rope to the outside.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't move the mat first, but it's still fucking quite a fall.
Yeah, and he really goes light. He the whole thing, the urn hit as well. He really goes light on Undertaker. It feels like in a lot of this, and on that one, he really crumbles his arm. Like he lets go of the elbow. It's just like the arm slapping him. But then as he gets up, and we talked about before, the brunt of that move is on Mankind's hip.
Yep. And
when he rolls off, you realize, oh shit, he put that big ass hip right on Undertaker's fucking arm.
I didn't even see that.
I mean, maybe not. Maybe that's not where he landed, but like as he hits and then rolls off, and it looks like he landed directly on the outstretched, open palmed, I guess it would be left arm of the Undertaker.
Wow. Yeah, it's a big jump, and it doesn't look very comfortable of a land either.
No, definitely not. Well, and even if you soften the blow of the elbow, that impact still got to suck.
No doubt. Referee ends up taking a bump when he's pulled in between Mankind and Undertaker, while Undertaker's doing a body splash in the corner. Mandible claw on Undertaker. He fades down, but there is no referee to stop the match. New referee comes in. Mankind mandible claws him and then throws him right out of the ring.
Do we skip the glass picture?
Yes. I didn't take a note on it. I watched it, but I didn't take a note.
Yeah, my only note on it, I mean, it was a cool spot. My only note is never noticed glass pictures.
Yep.
Before now. There is one on each commentary table. I see it later. And I wonder, that had to be sugar glass, right? Like
no doubt. Or it's a safety glass, tempered glass.
Yeah. I hope they all were, in case he grabbed the wrong one.
No doubt. It's probably a different color, had a different handle or something.
Yeah. Because he grabs it off of the far announce table rather than not even off the Spanish, on whoever's next to Spanish. Yeah, I mean, I usually hate stuff like that, but I'm surprised they don't do it more. It was a solid spot. It looked good. The thing shattered. It made a good sound. I mean,
yeah. Did you ever hear the story about Mick Foley and the beer bottle in the one match where he couldn't break it?
I don't think so. It was a real bottle.
Yeah, he took a bottle from the crowd and had someone try to break it over his head.
Oh,
Maybe it was a promo, and he couldn't get it to break, and he just kept going and smashing it over and over and harder until finally he fucking broke.
ah, man, like something's gonna give. You just gotta hope it's the bottle before your skull.
Yeah. Oh, it's hard to watch.
Speaking of which, there's a great King line in there at some point after a false finish, and Mankind does the hair. He starts pulling his hair out and throws it up in the air. Yeah. King goes, "We got another heirloom right in the ring there."
Throw back the honky tonk man's guitar.
And then right after the earn shot, he says, "I told you he earned it." And matter of fact, there's mention of, well, at least Undertaker doesn't have to worry about Vader interfering here. He's still in Kuwait. And King goes, doing time, hard time. It's like, all right, hold up, King. That's a joke I'd expect from us.
Right.
That's almost a little too corny for you.
They haven't even acknowledged this outside of this commentary bit.
This is a real thing?
Yeah.
Well, because Vince says, "Oh, well, you know, well, that's enough of that. We'll address that on Raw tomorrow."
Oh, okay.
So that made me because Vince said something that made me feel like, oh, okay, this is a work.
No, he assaulted a television host while in Kuwait, and they detained him.
You the wrong color to fuck up over there, Vader. Come on, Leon.
Paul Bearer throws a steel chair over the ropes. Mankind instead goes for the half a set of stairs. He picks him up over his head, but Undertaker terribly drop kicks him. The stairs fall onto Mankind, and they hit him on the body. And it wasn't a very good spot.
It wasn't. I mean, it turned out to be a pretty nasty looking fall. Like it sold well enough, but the execution of it was not of Bret Hart excellence.
There you go. After the fact, Taker gets a nice shot in when he picks up a steel chair and smashes it against the side of the fucking face of Mankind.
Look, people, save your tweets. I know it's not good. I know it's better that they don't do it, but I miss chair shots to the head.
Oh, it's so nasty. Now, I'm not one who is freaking out about concussion stuff. I get it's a real thing. I get it's a concern. I'm a football fan. That's where it's most prevalent right now. That said, these steel chair shots, every time they ring out, I cringe.
Well, it doesn't help. The very first one, Mankind on Undertaker, Mankind, the chair he picks up looks like the venue has had, 100 wrestling shows come through. And they're like, hey, this chair, put this chair out there. Like, don't let them fuck up our good chairs. The chair was already bent. The whole thing about those steel chairs, my ass. They're fucking aluminum or something. But that one in particular, the top left or right corner was already bent out. So that like where it would normally be weak and flimsy and dent in, that's not happening now because you've made it stiffer.
Yep.
But anyhow, yeah, I agree. Like, I mean, I know that the concussion shit is bad. But come on. We'll see here in a minute. Let's be honest. These crazy dives motherfuckers are taking, you're still going to rack your brain. A chair shot's no worse than jumping off a fucking cage.
Yep. No, I agree with you. Or taking a head dive through a table.
Exactly. Yeah, a fucking vicious one.
So then Mankind gets his head caught in between the ropes and...
AKA the Vader ear spot.
Yes, how he lost his ear. So let's keep going back to that well. Fuck's sake.
Because that worked out so fucking well in Germany or wherever the fuck you were.
Exactly, yeah. So he climbs back up on the apron and tries to get out and finally does. And when he does, his mask comes off. And Undertaker has it in his hands. So here we see Mick Foley in all his flesh, and he quickly climbs up on the ring apron, trying to cover his face with his hair. Undertaker has the stairs in his hands and rams, I guess, rams into him on the apron.
Sorta.
And Mankind turns and takes a dive through a table head first.
Completely. I mean, there's no momentum from the actual hit. It's completely on his own volition.
Completely, but it's still a nasty bump.
You know, take the hip shoulder bump and crash the table.
Yeah, that's enough. You
But
don't have to go ahead neck first.
He made a hole, a shoulder size hole, because that was the largest thing they went through. It was head, neck, shoulders.
Yep. And then later, somebody else goes near him, and you can just still see the hole sitting there.
I mean, that had to be gimmicked, right?
I would think so, but
because those tables, like even if they're standard, like stand up, like like the get the tables, they've got metal and shit running up the middle of them. I mean,
yep, some amount. And if that's there, you're gonna have a hard time going straight through the middle.
Well, I mean, I was like, I hope so, but at the same time, this is 20 years ago. He's all right. I mean, he's not.
I mean, he can barely walk, but he's fine.
But he did way worse.
That's right. So Mankind gets back in the ring, gets chokeslammed by the Undertaker, and still kicks out at 2. Can't put Mick down. Undertaker then signals for the tombstone, gets the tombstone. 1, 2, 3. Match is finally over. Undertaker retains his title on the first pay-per-view after winning it.
Yeah, man. See, that's when I realized this was for the title, because I was like, hold up. That's when I realized I didn't feel like there was enough build up for this match, because like, hold on, man, this doesn't feel like a blow off. Like, this feels like, why would you blow this one off so quick? This feels like everything else in this fucking card feels like a building deal.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh shit, that's right, it's a fucking title match.
Yeah, they're trying to. I guess they're working towards SummerSlam, but Mick's not the guy.
Well, Sean's coming back, so
Yeah.
Everyone has to bow to the GOAT.
The toy boy.
Even the demon spawn of Satan, Undertaker, has to bow to the GOAT.
So after the match,
God, this could have been a cool spot.
Yes, if it would have worked the first time.
I mean, it'd have been shit city anyway, because it's still flash paper. But if it would have gone at least as good as the other flash paper deal,
and it would have been fine.
It'd have been fine.
Yep. Instead, Paul Bear is visibly upset on the outside. Undertaker chases him down, won't let him leave. Paul runs into the ring. Undertaker catches him.
Good thing Paul Bear is wearing a dark suit.
Yeah, that was a good line. I had to explain that to someone, but it's a good line. Undertaker chases him down, gets in the ring, grabs him, and Mankind. I don't know if the spot was supposed to be Undertaker slings Paul Bear into it, and Mankind accidentally does it to him.
That's what I think it is.
Yeah, because it turns out Mankind can't get the lighter started. He can't get anything done. He has to stop. Undertaker kicks him, tries to do it. He can't get it started. Eventually, Paul Bear's in the corner. And after, I don't know, a minute and a half of trying to get this thing to light,
Easy.
they finally get it to light in the corner.
Once they get in the corner, you see why. It's not even the fact that it's like a Bic with a rolling flint and then a fuel source. It's a fucking clicky click. It's an electric lighter.
Yeah.
Like not like a butane thing like cats have now or anything. It's a 1997 gas station electric Bic.
Yeah, trying to get it to light in a giant arena with everybody breathing.
Yeah, those take 4 times to light your cigarette sitting by yourself in a bathroom. They're shit.
Yep.
Get a fucking Zippo.
So, yeah, decent match to good match, ruined by the ending.
100%. Like I said, there's some stuff in there I didn't like, but overall,
it beats it.
Yeah, for every bad spot, there were 2 great spots. It's just the fallout is what really hurt it. But the fallout of the fallout, Paul Bearer sold like a motherfucking champion.
Yes, he did. And we'll see it again later.
We'll see it next segment. We won't see it. We'll hear it even in the next segment.
Yep.
Yeah. If you got, I'm gonna take a quick 10-second break. I'm gonna go run to the kitchen, grab a Red Bull so I can fix a drink, and then I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm gonna need longer than that.
Cool.
I got 2 lighters and they both won't work. What are the fucking odds? I get the same fucking flash paper over here. That's no fucking rib, dude. I'm fucking. If you haven't been hearing, you've been hearing this the whole time. I can't get shit to light. So finally, it's time for our main event: Bret Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin, the third match. We get a quick interview with Bret. He said he's beat Austin twice already, so 3 times probably won't do it either. He understands that this is a big feud now, and it's going to take a lot more than beating him for it to end.
He started pretty strong, and he lost me a little at the end. He started talking a little too much, but overall, this is the episode of Atomic Jawcast. I'm not going to shit on Bret. I don't have much fault in anything he did other than the match, and I don't think that was just him. That was the both of them.
Yeah. This match doesn't come close to WrestleMania.
Yeah, I titled it in my notes, the Back to the Well match.
Yeah, there you go.
There's a little bit less of back and forth between the two of them. It's more Bret-centric, heel, shining up the baby face, but all in all, it's all the same fucking spots.
Yeah, it's we see the elbow drops, we see the sharpshooters, we see the chin locks, we see
the kicking the leg out from the ropes, the propping the ankle up and doing the atomic
stomp.
Drop yourself.
We see the figure 4 around the ring post. We see. You're right. It's fucking everything. Do we see a stunner? I don't think we saw a stunner.
No, Austin goes for it once, and Bret turns himself,
pushes him off.
Wait, he turns himself to the ropes. It's less a reversal and more of a weird avoidance.
Escape, yeah. Huh. So we don't see that. We see all the other shit.
I'll say this though, Austin sells the fuck out of it. He does forget in his
at the end
in his hope spots. Yeah, he fucking forgets his legs hurt, but he sells the fuck out of this thing. Like there's a couple spots. I just watched one where he's up and doesn't know Bret's up yet, and he's walking the opposite direction, and Bret just kicks the leg out from under him, and the selling from Austin, which I don't take anything away from Austin. I don't think he's really known for his selling.
Yeah.
He looks great in this.
Yeah, he really does. You're absolutely right. He sells the knee really good throughout, except for, like you said, his hope spots, and then at the end of the match, he walks out just fine.
Yeah, like nothing fucking happened.
Yeah, all excited. We get Bret. He comes out with Owen and Davey. The officials quickly try to boot them from ringside. They don't go right away, so Gorilla Monsoon comes out and tries to enforce his willpower or his just power.
But the funny part is, you don't see Gorilla at first. You just see Tim White and whoever, some other ref. Let's just say it's Fonzie's son from last episode. And Bret's turns well, what the fuck? And then they kind of mouth something to him and then turn back and they're fucking with Bulldog and Owen. And then Bret just continues on to the ring. The next shot you see is Bret in the ring.
In the ring, yeah. Doing his little dance.
Doing his little shoulder pop. Then you cut back to Gorilla kicking them out.
Well, I gotta get my shit in.
It's very subtle throughout this entire deal, but it's inferred that Austin getting to the arena late was because the Hart Foundation did something to sabotage his being there.
His transportation, yeah.
But he gets there anyway. You never find out what that is. And then when he does get there, of course, there's the homoerotic bathroom attack.
Yep.
And then all that's abandoned. All that is forgotten about and never mentioned again.
No, it's pretty ridiculous. As they're being kicked out, they're going back up the entranceway. And as soon as they disappear, Austin's music hits. Why don't they have Austin kick one of them or push them back through the entranceway or knock them over or something? Do something to say, hey, obviously they just passed each other. Have Austin walk out of the fucking tunnel, turn around, flip the bird at the tunnel, and then walk towards the ring. That's all you got to do.
Hey, have him come out nice and slow and calm, but like with the look in his eye, with no music, and then hit the music. They turn around, and you have the same gimmicky drive-by slopping surprise that they love so much. Like that's a perfect spot, and then have him just bolo both of them, and then go on to the ring.
Yep. Or have the referees keep them apart or something. Just have a confrontation. Instead, you just get out of here.
Folks, we've said it once. We've said it before. You've heard of Monday morning quarterbacking. This is 20-year later booking.
20-year later arm dragging.
Yes. Hey.
So this match is obviously no countouts, no disqualifications.
Oh, is it?
Because as opposed to the previous match where Undertaker does try to keep breaking counts, they have no disregard in this match.
None.
They're out all the way up the fucking entranceway. They're out past the guardrails. They do try to get a chair involved, but the referee goes to stop them. He ends up taking a bump when Bret drop kicks Austin, and this is where the chair comes into play, and Bret viciously attacks the knees of Austin.
Yeah, and for a show I touted in loving the headshots. Leave it to Bret to wield a chair and only hit the legs. You're a heel, man. Crack him in the fucking skull.
Mm.
Where's the blood? Fuck the where's the beef lady. Where's the blood?
Austin started it. He swung at the legs first. As Bret goes, I think it was the stairs or something. The bell. The bell.
This match seems no DQ from everything we see.
Yep. But the referee is down. And then when he decides to get up, Bret wakes him up oh so gingerly.
And once he's up, all kind of illegal shit happens.
And nothing gets called.
There's low blows. Austin takes the tape off his wrist, which I'll give him this. He does not see Austin. Austin turns his back with the tape off, wraps it around Bret's neck, turns Bret over, and that's pretty good.
Yep. And then tucks in his tights.
The ref clearly watches him put the choking mechanism that is the tape in his tights.
He just had an itch. It's crabs. We see moments ago footage where Paul Bearer was screaming about his face as he heads out on a gurney out of the arena. Which
I forgot to mention in the pre-match promo with Bret, Owen, and Bulldog. There is it's bits you can kind of barely hear it. It's so perfect though. Throughout the entire Bret, Owen, and Bulldog segment pre-match, you can hear in the background. You can hear Paul Bearer screaming.
Yeah,
like a child with a skinned knee. It just goes to show who was the best performer in that
of the bunch. Yeah,
of that three.
It was Paul Bearer. So Austin does pull. Yeah, he pulls the strap off, chokes Bret, and then sticks in the tights. I love the old school shit.
I do too. I just wish the ref wouldn't
see it. Yeah. What do you think about wrestlers using finishers from the other company's top guys? Like Bret uses a figure 4 here.
Yeah, that one's tough though because
so that's Ric Flair's,
of course, but I mean it wasn't his first, right?
No. Okay, so Austin does a stunner. Disco Inferno's doing one too.
Yeah, but Mikey Whipwreck beat them both to the punch. So which way did we split that hair? I mean, because you've got
Johnny Ace beat everybody.
Oh, wasn't he doing more of a diamond cutter?
Kind of. Anyway, Bret goes for a sharpshooter on Austin. Austin hits Bret in the head with the knee brace, and instead Austin puts Bret in the sharpshooter for like the third time. Bulldog and Owen come to ringside. Austin fights them off, no DQ. And Austin goes and puts another sharpshooter on. Blocks it in again, no troubles. Finally, the DQ comes when Bulldog attacks Austin from behind with a steel chair.
Time out. You mean to tell me this match has rules?
Suddenly, it has rules.
It has rules when it needs to.
Referee fell asleep woke up and had an epiphany in his dreams that he needed to enforce rules.
I would have accepted this whole thing if
It stayed consistent.
well, if old Earl would have got knocked out and then another ref came in.
If old Dave Hebner came running down to save Austin yet again.
Slide Dave in there and he jumps in the ring, takes the sport jacket off and pulls apart his button up to reveal a
referee shirt.
And then he calls for the DQ. But nah, fucking Earl has ignored an amazing amount of shit only to instantly. Now, Tim White and that other ref that were trying to bar Owen and Bulldog from ringside, they do jump in the ring pretty quick. So what I have to assume here is more than one referee is a DQ.
More than one referee, what? Bump?
In the ring.
Oh, gotcha.
But if you get more than one ref in the ring, it's a DQ.
Instant. Just like when Sable gets in the ring.
There you go. Yeah. No one can touch more than one ref or more than one Sable tit. That's in Mark Merrill's contract, and we all know it's going to be a wild year.
Yeah, it's going to be wild for them, I'm sure.
Hey,
Mark Merrill's going to lose his career. After the match, Bret goes for the bell again, and before he can hit Austin swings a chair at Bret's knee. So I misplaced that comment earlier, and then goes to town on him. He attacks the knee. He beats the shit out of him. He's stomping his legs. And then he sharpshooters him one more time. 18th time of the sharpshooter. Fucking incredible. Austin's new favorite move.
19 3/4. Yeah, he's a submission specialist now.
Referees finally break it up and throw Austin off of Bret. And Bret sells the shit out of his leg. So Stone Cold took the beating for, 25 minutes.
Easily.
Bret took the beating for 5 minutes, and somehow Bret's worse for wear.
Other than, and this is not solely on him, other than this match being back to the well again, he did nothing wrong to me, or did he to me? Show me where Bret touched you on the stall. He did nothing wrong in this match, in my opinion.
Damn. You're gonna kill me.
That's gonna be a new shirt. Brian, show me where Bret touched you on the stall.
Oh man. Yeah. No, great selling by Bret. Suddenly, somehow Austin was able to walk, run, celebrate, jog a mile, and get to the back without a limp.
For a match he won via DQ.
Yeah. Yes. And his music was playing the whole time, even though at first he was getting the shit kicked out of him.
Clearly, once again, not a blow off.
Right. And Bret is unable to walk, so much so that Owen and Davey have to walk him out of there.
Oh, yeah, they all kill it. Man, I'm really, especially with Pillman back in the scene, we know where that's going. I'm excited to see the Hart Foundation. I think I'm gonna hate them, but because I'm supposed to.
Yep. I think you're just Jim Anvil Neidhart mark.
Oh, that, yeah. I mean, well, you've seen the beard, folks. at least the Z-Man's in the caricature of my beard 4 or 5 years ago.
The inspiration. Anyway, folks, that is In Your House, Revenge of the Taker. We saw Undertaker retain his title. We saw Rocky retain his title. We saw the tag team titles retained again. We saw nothing changed.
We saw one actual finish of a match. No, two finishes of a match. No, one, right? Undertaker Mankind?
Yeah. We saw a roll up. Jesse James and Rockabilly.
Oh, see, man. I forgot.
Schoolboy. Not Schoolboy.
Why'd you gotta bring that up? I forgot that match even existed.
Spend my days
hard on the go.
Oh, man. That's our show for In Your House. But before we go, Brian, we have to do our ratings.
Oh, shit.
So for In Your House, Revenge of the Taker, I don't remember what the fuck I gave Royal Rumble. I don't remember what I gave In Your House Fatal 4-Way. I think I gave WrestleMania a 2 or a 1.
Yeah, I think we were both either 2s or 3s.
I'm going to give this one a 3.
Oh, shit.
I think it was kind of medium for the road. Some good stuff, some bad stuff, and Mick Foley working his fucking ass off.
So 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. And I'm going to give it 3 out of 5 Slammy award-winning lounges at Dunkin' Donuts. That's where I'm broadcasting from as we speak.
from the Dunkin' Donuts Slammy award-winning. Wait, hold on. How'd you get in there though?
Oh, you don't know I have connections.
You got some counterfeit Slammy awards?
I won't say where I got them. I'll just say I have Slammy awards.
Well, if you got Slammy awards, man, you need to get us a copy of Slammy Awards 1997 because
I am trying, brother.
It's tough to find, man.
It is hard to find. You're not kidding.
We're not trying to podcast from Daily Motion.
No, preferably not. Well, we'll do what we got to do, folks. Just get us to where we need to be.
I was like, we're cheap bastards, but Jesus, we don't want to stoop to that level.
No, not at all. So 3 out of 5 Dunkin' Donuts Slammy award-winning lounges. Brian, what do you give the show?
I will give this show exactly what it is. Much akin to last week. I'll give it technically 2 out of 6, but 2 out of 5 actually finished matches.
Oh, there you go.
Not funny, but true.
2 out of 5, 3 out of 5. Let's split the difference. Give it a 2.5. That's not that good.
It is not, but I'll say this. The latter third of this card is cool. Like,
yeah.
Do that, as the kids say, keep that same energy.
Yeah. Do that. That's some more.
Do that shit. Do that. But the first 2/3 of this shit is complete fucking garbage.
Yeah.
Like, even it's either bad people doing bad things or it's decent people and good people doing bad things. Like, just do better, do more.
Yeah, do that stuff.
Let's slam Beckett. We need to get. That's the thing. That's the pilot. That's the pilot you need to get popping with WWE films. A Quantum Leap ripoff where you can leap back into these cards and fix them. if Sam wants to leap out and get back to his wife or whatever the fuck was going on, he'll have a Zippo to light that fucking flash paper.
For fuck's sake. Yeah. He'll have a fucking butane torch.
Yes. Quit with the fucking flash paper, man.
Yeah, you can do it once. And then just be done.
It's great for TV. Or
sure.
If you're making the rounds on a house show, sure, keep doing it in different towns. But you've done it on pay-per-view and you've done it on free TV. Stop.
Yeah. The real question is what happened to Jerry Fox?
Ooh. And Katie Hendricks.
What happened to that kid that was missing? What happened to Jerry Fox, that jobber that was like facing Rocky for the Intercontinental title a few weeks ago?
What happened to the Arnold kid that came down with Jesse James?
What happened to our memory banks?
Well,
we know the answers.
Hey.
Guys, for Brian, I am Mikey. This is another episode of the Atomic Dropcast. Make sure you check us out at theatomicdropcast.com. Click the subscribe button. Check us out in all the different ways you can listen to the podcast. Pick your favorite. Click subscribe, please. We would appreciate it. As always, like I said, I'm already fucked up. For Brian, I'm Mikey.
Drop some knees on some asses.